Isn't she beautiful, folks? Tonight, I am quite literally stood above Bondi. As far as the eye can see, it is shining lights and a beautiful ocean and people living their best lives. Now, I thought this would be the perfect location to end off my week. It is just 2:07 on a Friday evening. I'm stood here today, 27 years of age, and in the very place where I dreamt of being for the past 4 years. And let me tell you, I feel as lost as I've ever felt in my life. In all honesty, if I wanted to, I could give the perfect impression of living the perfect life. And in all honesty, I think for quite a few people back home, it may seem like I am living the perfect life. I've lived and worked in 3 separate countries. I've secured promotion after promotion, and let me tell you, I feel as lost as I've ever felt in my life. If I look back when I was 18 years of age, at that time, I might have thought, by the time that I'm 27, surely then I would have my life figured out. Surely by then, I would have secured a job that I can be proud of and a job that I could stay with maybe for the rest of my life. Maybe by 27, I would have secured a partner that I can build a family with. And maybe even by 27, I would have bought my first property. But 27 rolled around, and although I have plenty to look back on and be proud of, I've never felt whole. I've never felt like I've figured out my life. And as I said, perhaps today, I feel the most lost that I've ever felt in my life. You see, if I project back a few years, I thought, if only I could secure employment in New Zealand, maybe then I would feel whole. Maybe then I would feel worthy of my own love. Maybe then I would feel worthy of other people's love. New Zealand rolled around, and I hate to break the news, but it didn't bring me any closer to feeling whole. My objective shifted, and I thought, perhaps it is New Zealand. Perhaps if I only secured another promotion, and perhaps if I secured another relocation to Sydney, maybe then I would feel closer to feeling whole. Maybe by then I will feel worthy of my own love. Now, folks, I'm stood at that very location today, and I'm going to say it again. I've never felt as lost in my entire life. You see, one good thing that does come from aging is perhaps becoming a tiny bit wiser. And in so doing, I've come to realize that that feeling of feeling whole can't be obtained by any outside measures, can't be obtained by a higher job title, a new location, fancy lights, fancy cars, higher income. None of that will ever make you feel whole. I've come to realize that feeling whole starts within. It starts with being content with what you already do have. Now, I'm the last person to take advice from, but I do believe that the feeling of feeling whole looks more like I'm happy with where I am today and I'm content with what I do have. That, in my view, is a lot closer to feeling whole than securing the job title, securing the relocation, working in your dream location, but doing all of that with an inner feeling of feeling less than. There's a Stoic saying that rings true to this exact scenario, and that is, more will never be enough for the person who feels that they are less than. So folks, it is difficult for me to end this video without proper resolution. I can't today give you the golden formula as to how to feel whole. Perhaps I can give you the formula that will not lead to feeling whole. But I do want to end on a few observations. Firstly, I'm stood today in my dream location, looking out on the beautiful Bondi. I have secured the job title. I've secured relocation after relocation. I've secured promotion after promotion. I've impressed. I've by far exceeded my own expectations. But all of that has led to a dead end of feeling more lost than I've ever felt in my life. And secondly, I want to point out, no matter where you are based in this wide world, if you are someone who is still striving and who is still holding on to that dream, if only I could do that, if only I could work there, if only I could live there. You are misguided. I have walked that path and it led me here. A life full of beautiful views, fancy job titles, but a life with no substance. And finally, I want to end off by saying, if you are the type of person without the fancy car, without the fancy job title, not in the dreamy location, but you are happy with that which you already do have, you have won in life. That is the actual dream destination. And none of this will make your life any better. I genuinely admire you, and I would trade all of this for that internal feeling of feeling whole. So I'll end this video off giving you another few seconds to admire the genuine beauty of Bondi. And then, as always, I'll catch you guys tomorrow.